Hi, I'm Tyler Wally, and this is the Pit Boss. On today's episode of the Pit Boss, we're going to be talking about the HP controller. We'll go over some of the similarities and the differences between the HP controller and the AC controller. As far as the functionality goes between the two controllers, they're pretty much the same. They mount to the top of the valve using the quick connect key the same way. The tubing goes to the same ports, and the overall function of the two controllers is very similar. I'd like to talk about some of the benefits of the HP controller. There are 13 fewer components that make up the controller, which means there are 13 fewer fail points, and it also makes it easier to rebuild and test. Another feature I'd like to talk about is the timing and airflow setting. Where we use a needle valve on the AC controller, we switch to a timing wheel on the HP controller. While both control the timing and the airflow settings, the timing wheel will allow you to get a more precise setting much faster. There are 4 pre-marked notches on the timing wheel, labeled A, B, C, and D, that will give you a range of anywhere from 3 to 10 seconds. With A being the shortest timing setting, you would use this for valves close to the station. Setting B would be for valves further out on the system. Setting C would be for buffer tanks with valves that cycle more frequently. And setting D would be for isolated valves with many lifts on their service lines. You can also fine-tune these adjustments by setting the needle anywhere between the notches or past the first and last notches. Now, I'd like to go out to the test rig for some demonstrations that would be better to see rather than just talk about. First, we'll start with the operating range of the controller. While under normal conditions, the controller will be operating between 12 to 20 inches of mercury. They can operate all the way down to 5 inches of mercury, so we'll start there. Now that the vacuum level is at 5 inches of mercury, I'm going to manually activate the controller. Now I'd like to demonstrate how to manually fire the HP controller. There are 2 methods to do this. The first is to manually kink the hose by hand. And the second is to use the activation tool, which can be used by standing above the pit. For our final demonstration, we set up a fish tank near the test rig to show how the HP controller will still operate when fully submerged underwater. To do this, I used the remote mount kit, and I was able to place the controller at the bottom of the fish tank. And as you can see, the valve still fires. Thank you for watching this episode of The Pit Boss. If you have any questions, you can give us a call here at AirVac. The number is 1-800-AIRVAC9, and follow the prompts to the service department. I'll get you in touch with one of us. Thanks again.